Tuesday, March 17, 2026, AGNDD and Tele-Report topic. Israel says it killed Ali Larijani, Iran's top security official, in strike. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. Israel says it killed Ali Larijani, Iran's top security official, in strike. Israel's defense minister said Larijani and Basij commander Gholamreza Soleimani were eliminated in airstrikes. Tehran has not publicly commented on the strikes. By Victoria Craw, The Washington Post, March 17, 2026. Iran's top security official and the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps volunteer force were killed in overnight strikes in Iran, Israeli officials said Tuesday, claiming to have eliminated two of Tehran's most senior remaining officials. Ali Larijani, the secretary of the Supreme National Security Council of Iran, and Gholamreza Soleimani, commander of the Basij, were eliminated in strikes overnight, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said in a statement. This chart includes only senior leaders killed in the attacks. It is not a comprehensive list of casualties. The visual reflects Iran's constitutional power structure, showing formal appointment, control, and veto relationships rather than day-to-day political influence. Sources: Iran's news agency Fars, U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency, Institute for the Study of War, Iran's Constitution, Foundation for Defense of Democracy. Photos from the AP, Reuters, AFP via Getty Images, and the Office of the Iranian Supreme Leader via AP. Iranian authorities did not immediately comment on the strikes or Israel's claims. A post on Larijani's X feed appeared to show a handwritten tribute to Iranian Navy servicemen ahead of their funeral this week, but it was not clear when it was written. Larijani's death would mark one of the highest-level assassinations of Iranian officials since the killing of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in a strike on his Tehran compound on the first day of the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran. The military campaign has decimated Iran's political and military leadership, destroyed critical infrastructure, and damaged civilian buildings, but the weakened Iranian regime maintains its grip on power and has stifled shipping traffic in the Strait of Hormuz, sending oil prices spiking. The Israel Defense Forces also announced the deaths in separate statements Tuesday, saying Larijani was killed in an airstrike near Tehran. Iran's de facto leader led national security coordination across the country, including the repression of anti-government protesters, the IDF said. Larijani had recently shared photos and videos that appeared to show him in Tehran on Friday for a march marking Quds Day, a day of solidarity with Palestinians held on the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan. The United States placed sanctions on Larijani in January in connection with Iran's crackdown on protesters. He was responsible for coordinating a response on behalf of Iran's supreme leader, U.S. officials said at the time, and he publicly called for Iranian security forces to violently suppress protests. Larijani had remained defiant on social media in recent days. Trump says he is looking for a speedy victory. While starting a war is easy, it cannot be won with a few tweets. We will not relent until making you sorry for this grave miscalculation, he wrote on X last week. Gholamreza Soleimani, commander of the Basij forces in 2019, Atakanare/AFP/Getty Images. Soleimani, the IDF said, had commanded the Basij for 6 years. Under Soleimani, the Basij unit led the main repression operations in Iran, employing severe violence, widespread arrests, and the use of force against civilian demonstrators, the IDF wrote on X. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu celebrated the strikes, saying that Israel is undermining this regime in the hope of giving the Iranian people an opportunity to remove it. It will not happen all at once, and it will not happen easily. But if we persist, we will give them the chance to take their destiny into their own hands, he said, adding that there would be many more surprises to come. Katz said he and Netanyahu have instructed the IDF to continue hunting the leadership of the regime of terror and oppression in Iran, to repeatedly lop off the head of the octopus and prevent it from growing back. He added that he planned to update President Donald Trump about the death of two of the highest remaining senior officials. Graphic by Julia Ledour. What readers are saying. Conversation summary, automatically generated from recent comments. The comments reflect a wide range of opinions on the ongoing conflict involving Israel, Iran, and the United States. Many commenters express skepticism about the effectiveness and morality of the military actions, criticizing Israel's role and the influence of its leadership on U.S. policy. Some see the actions as a step toward regime change in Iran, while others view them as perpetuating violence without achieving meaningful change. There is also a significant focus on the geopolitical implications and the perceived manipulation of U.S. foreign policy by Israeli interests. Roy DeSoto, 36 Minutes ago. Is it true that the new Supreme Leader is gay? He may want to avoid roofs. Wet Woo, 43 minutes ago. This changes nothing. The Strait of Hormuz will remain closed. The price of oil, fertilizer, etc. will remain elevated, exacerbating inflation here in the U.S. The regional war will continue. Iran's people will remain under their repressive government's thumb. A new security head will be named. President Trump will continue to struggle to state consistently what the war he started is about. Kubsurat, 3 hours ago. Crimes against humanity, conspiracy to commit war crimes, murder, genocide, defamation of Palestinians and Iranians because of their faith, anti-Muslimism, yes, I made it up, anti-Islam, crimes against peace. Nuremberg is coming for little Israel. Basil Jaid Fadipe, 2 hours ago. Killed? And therefore what? You've been killing for decades, yet your security guarantee only keeps getting worse. Isn't it time to think outside the box and do something more worthwhile than mere killing? Sheikh Stewart, 12 minutes ago. This is a war Trump or Israel cannot win. We already know there's a fatwa put out on Netanyahu and Trump. It's going to be a long war, or when Iran decides to end it. Why is there a blanket ban of reporting damage done in Israel? Anybody filming and texting about the destruction inside Israel is liable to a 5-year prison sentence. With Trump, who already told the UK he didn't need their ships as he boasted that they have already won the war, far from it. I am glad that Europe and the UK aren't sending ships to the Hormuz Strait. It's not their war. Trump was dumb enough to listen to Netanyahu and to a certain extent Saudi Arabia. Aimlessness, 17 minutes ago. Another senseless killing that will foment more violence and change nothing. And Metal Bob, 32 minutes ago. As time goes on and the war continues, the goal of regime change seems more likely. I hope we see that soon. Hate to say it, but if Trump is successful in Iran, Cuba, and stops China from attacking Taiwan, then he might become the most successful foreign affairs president since WW2. Hippie sabotage, 3 hours ago. So what? Another person will step in. The Iranian regime is still in place after all of the attacks. Attacking Iran is one of the dumbest things we could have done. Pretty soon it will be boots on the ground, and we will be there for years. Blood will be on Trump's hands because Israel wanted us to fight their war. JP is here, 35 minutes ago. What I don't get, speaking to you, Israel and USA, is how anyone thinks this will change much. Don't get me wrong. I have little sympathy following the deaths of the leaders of Iran's totalitarian regime. But nation building is hard. 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan didn't help those places or the rest of the world one bit. They are as bad a mess as they ever were. But did cost many U.S. soldiers their lives or their now wounded bodies. Killing a few, or even a few dozen bad guys at the top does not lead to democracy and peace and hope rushing in to fill the vacuum. So where does this all lead? What's the end game? Binacle, 36 minutes ago. I'm not an anti-Semite yet, but with Netanyahu's help, I'm working in it. Wordsmith 007, 2 hours ago. Joe Kent, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, announced his resignation on Tuesday, saying he cannot in good conscience back the Trump administration's war in Iran. Kent said on social media, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. https://appnews.com/article/Trump-Iran-war-Kent-resignation. Wizfan 50. 3 hours ago. The Palestinians and Iran want to kill Jews and destroy Israel and are happy to die in the process. They have said this every day for years. The Jews of Israel would prefer not to be killed and are doing their best to defend themselves against suicidal, genocidal death cults. If the Palestinians and Iran would disarm today, there would be peace tomorrow. If Israel would disarm today, there would be 7 million dead Jews tomorrow. Salvatore, 5 minutes ago? This war is following the same trajectory as Afghanistan and Iraq wars. It starts with a version of WMD, then regime change, then announcements of killings of successive leaders, and then the descent into the muck of insurgencies. It's an old, trite script, followed by the same neocon fools. James River aficionado, 3 minutes ago. Wonderful news. Thank you, Israel, for continuing to lead the fight for the civilized world. It's amazing how many American and Allied appeasers have a hard time understanding this. Sadly, they are ignorant of world history.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD and Tele report, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!